Hey, what's up, everybody? Solomon here. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic Sunday. Hope you guys all had a fantastic weekend as well. If you're new to this channel and you like the content, please like and subscribe. And I always start off these videos, or at least I try to, with a disclaimer. If you see any scam ads on this video, please do not participate in those. I wanted to touch base. So today, I see quite a disconnect. It's very the parallels between like the disconnect and like the United States, like just the country and the politics and everything else between and like digital asset communities are crazy to me because everybody is like moon or zero. And in my opinion, that's not the way that this thing goes. But I wanted to touch base a little bit just on the risk factor that's involved in investing in digital assets and cryptocurrency as a whole. A little bit of a background. I've been in this space since the very, very beginning of 2017. I rode the bull run up where Bitcoin almost hit $18,500, $19,000, $20,000 with the wick, whatever exchange you're on. And I made extremely stupid decisions, with the altcoin market going on a bull run in late December, early January 2018. And I see parallels right now, what's going on in these communities with, stating that, if you're not all in on a digital asset, then you're a non-believer. And, that I am not trying to give you investment advice. I am obviously not an investment advisor. Anything that I present here is my opinion and my opinion only. But I've been through a bull market and I've been through a bear market. And I can honestly say that going all in on anything, in my opinion, is probably not the move. That's not advice to you, and I'm not knocking you for your own decisions. That's my personal choice, and that's the way that I invest. I don't go all in on anything. Now, I do have weighted averages with certain digital assets. XRP happens to be the heaviest weighted digital asset that I have in my portfolio. But again, I wanted to touch base on this, okay? And I put this tweet out a little while ago. I can honestly, and this is honest to God, this is the truth. If all my investments in digital assets right now went to $0, which obviously is not going to happen, I would be 100% fine. It would not affect me from a financial perspective. It would piss me off a little bit because I would be wrong, but I don't think that we're wrong in this space. But I would be 100% fine from a financial perspective. That phraseology, never invest anything more than you're willing to lose. I would have thought you were stupid to say that to me in 2017 whenever I was seeing the price of Bitcoin did what it was doing. But it's the truth, because nothing can go up in a straight line and nothing goes down in a straight line. So do I think that digital assets and my investments, my personal investments, will go to zero? No, of course not. I'm here to make money, and I believe very much so. I fervently believe in this space. I believe that the utility derived from the usage of digital assets is going to propel valuations to crazy high amounts. And I hope that the digital assets that I've invested in, and it's multiple because I don't go all in, will take place in that event when it does occur. And I believe it's going to not even just be an instantaneous event. I believe that digital assets and cryptocurrency are going to overtake quite a bit of the market cap of some of these legacy investment vehicles. And, whether it be the stock market, whether it be derivatives, whatever, they're going to facilitate additional utility into those marketplaces. So they're going to steal some of the shine from those assets that you can invest in. Now, I do want to say, though, if you take a look around what YouTube content is right now, there's a few that I watch that are very much so realistic. You guys have watched my videos before. You know who those individuals are. But there's other videos out there that are super like rainbow, unicorn dreamy. This is going to all happen overnight. It's going to be a miracle. And hey, if that happens, and if I'm wrong about that, fantastic. Because guess what? I was right about my investments, and it doesn't matter to me either way. But if it's wrong, if what those people are presenting is wrong and incorrect, a lot of people base financial advice from their investments on those videos. We can say it's not financial advice 1,000 times, but if one person invests based on a video, it's financial advice. Guess what? And I think that's just a crappy way to go about things, because I think that people are going to lose money if it doesn't come to fruition. The way that these videos are making it seem like these things are going to come to fruition. Like I said, it may happen, but worst case scenario, you even out. In the way that I'm trying to present this stuff, and the way that some others are as well. So I just want you guys to be careful. I hate the complete divide where it's like all or nothing, you know, because I believe that utility is going to be a slow burn with digital assets. And we all know what happens when you start a fire, when you're up at camp. I was up at camp this weekend. I have a cabin. You know, the best way to do it is to start a fire and to build it up, build the foundations, right? And then you have a fire that burns for as long as you want it to burn, you know? If you pour gasoline on something and light a match, of course it's going to burn. Of course it's going to burn quickly, but it's going to fizzle out and die, right? I am not willing to be here for the fizzle out and die. I think we saw that in 2017, 2018. Now this is about utility, in my opinion. And it's about these institutions catching up to the private sector. We've got companies like Ripple, Hyperledger, R3, all these different companies involved in digital assets. So if you're not aware, I do not just present positive news on this channel. This is Galgatron here, and there was a battle going on for about a week and a half, and it is a bit of a black eye on XRP, the digital asset. But hey, I could care less. I'm a realist. This is all. It's about presenting actual information to you. Okay. There was a halt apparently in the XRP ledger of about 52 minutes. Okay, and this happened in 2018. Galgatron, if you're not aware, is a pretty big member in the Twitter sphere, and he was actually arguing with Nick Bougalis, who is one of the lead programmers at Ripple. And Galgatron here, though, is just admitting his mistake. I guess additional information was brought to light from David Schwartz here, and Galgatron obviously is admitting now that there was a halt of approximately 52 minutes on the ledger. Apparently, though, in summation on this, from what I read through here, it was a bug. It's been fixed. But we are so new in this space right now that there can be multiple situations where things like this happen. I'm hoping this doesn't happen on the XRPL anymore. I do believe, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, that there have been no transactions that have failed on the XRPL. This was a halt in the ledger, which essentially meant that transactions were much slower than they normally would have went through, which obviously is not ideal because XRP is like 3 to 5 seconds on ledger. But apparently this was like an actual halt. So by slow, I guess I'm saying 52 minutes later. But, you know, I wanted to present this to you because I think it's important to get out there to the community. You can do your own research on this. I'm surprised it hasn't went out further than this yet. And I could care less. I mean, if there should be no repercussions from presenting the truth. But I'm curious how many other people have presented this because it's real. All right, this is the IMF annual meeting. Annual meetings is 2020 virtual. This is tomorrow. Cross-border payments, a vision for the future. And we're going to see more about Kristalina Georgieva here in a second. She is the head of the IMF. Augustin Carstens is the head of the Bank for International Settlements. Jerome Powell, obviously the Fed. We've got these two individuals back here. I'm throwing together a Sunday night video for you also, but I am going to pay attention to this because there's lots of verbiage coming out of the IMF. And you're going to see some more right now too. This is the European Central Bank, though. This is Christine Lagarde's remarks at the G30 International Banking Seminar. Not a ton in here, but you know, talking about pre-existing spread of digitalization and ways that look to set permanently reshape our economies and our societies. We all know how big the ECB is right now on the euro, the digital euro. My opinion is that's probably more than ready to roll out at this point, but there's all sorts of different hoops and different, hey, let's let the public know that this is okay before we actually release this thing. But they're ready, in my opinion. I believe Christine Lagarde is more than aware of the capabilities of digital assets. We all know her relationship with Ripple. She was the head of the IMF previously as well. I did want to give a shout out to Dennis at PRIET_PRAAT_. I ddid see this, Dennis, this new Bretton Woods moment. I did not know if I was going to make a video tonight or not, but thanks, dude, for reminding me. And I didn't get service where I was at, so I'll go over this real quick. But this is more rhetoric from Kristalina Georgieva, the head of the IMF. The IMF is the International Monetary Fund. A new Bretton Woods moment. I just did a video probably 3 or 4 days ago. I'll try to link it on here. Where she basically talks about John Maynard Keynes and the significance of him and revamping the world. And if you're not aware, John Maynard Keynes was essentially a very big advocate of Bancor, which is a supranational currency, aka a global currency. his idea eventually got shaken out into Bretton Woods, which essentially tied fiat to a gold standard. We know that's not the case anymore, but interesting to see the rhetoric from the International Monetary Fund here with a new Bretton Woods moment. It talks about the international crisis going on right now with the pandemic, the economy, everything else. And if you're not aware, this economy, especially in the United States, is very much so propped up. We have not seen an actual recession as to what should have came. They've just been putting more money into the economy. So I'm curious to see where this goes. Global fiscal actions of $12 trillion. They're pumping money into the economy to prop it up so that they don't have, I don't want to say the apocalypse, but a gigantic recession. And this is just going again to say more about this, what I talked about earlier about the risk-based factor of investing into digital assets, okay? There are multiple horror stories about investing life savings into digital currency and people losing it all. A lot of these came out, later on in 2018, early in 2019, investing in the bull run, getting cocky, not knowing exactly what they were investing in, trading on margin, remortgaging their house, buying digital assets with credit cards. In my opinion, and being through 2017 and early 2018, there's not a moment, there's not a day in my life where I would ever put money from a credit card and invest it in a digital currency at this point in time in my life. I would never do it. I would never remortgage my house. I would never do anything that would affect my current lifestyle right now, unless I adjusted my lifestyle to enable me to invest in a digital currency. A lot of times what I do now is with content creation, I put a little bit of money away for my family, and I try to put a little bit of money away for digital assets as well. Sometimes it doesn't even shake out that way, unfortunately. I have 3 kids, a wife, 3 dogs, all this stuff that you guys don't care about and you shouldn't care about because you have your own responsibilities, right? We are all in this space completely alone. I want to try to present you guys news that is a little bit realistic and maybe prevent you some of the mishaps that I made in 2017 and 2018. And I didn't even make that bad of mistakes. These people made gigantic mistakes. They lost it all. So, going all in and doing all this stuff, just remember, whenever all this shakes out and it's all said and done, any decision that you make is going to be based on the decision that you made, not on these for entertainment purposes only videos or any of this nonsense. There is good information in all of those videos, I'm sure, but you have to take bits and pieces from all these different places, take a little bit of personal experience, and try to make the best moves for you personally. The best moves for your family personally on a personal basis. And, if you can put $10 a month into digital assets, and that's the only amount that you can put in without affecting your life, it's a crappy thing to say, right? Because there's a risk reward type thing, right? So I don't want to tell you what to do, but I just don't want to see you people sit here and take advice from 7 to 8 personalities on social media platforms, and things happen if they don't go the way that we expect them to go, and everybody be blaming everybody else, because that is what's going to happen. People will blame people inherently. It always happens, and there's no winning side in this. I mean, I could be completely wrong here. I'm just more on the more cautious side, and I tend to care about people. I think that my platform, which I didn't expect to have a platform, but the platform that I do have now comes with the responsibility for me to at least have some sort of moral standpoint and try to prevent people, from happening to them what happened to me a couple years ago. So interestingly enough here, and I'm gonna leave you guys with this, the IMF, and I look at these as like little trolls. They're definitely like trolling people. Like, in 5 years, how will you be sending money to a family member abroad? They know they're on Twitter, right? They know the digital asset community on Twitter. Do you really think cash in an envelope will still be a thing in 5 years? 3.7% of people. There's 8,430 votes. 3.7% of people say cash in an envelope. 12.9% say money transfer service. Other, there's 3.8%. Overwhelming majority, 79.7% say with a digital currency. And you could honestly probably combine money transfer service with a digital currency. So you take that to like 92% or whatever that ends up being, because money transfers, look at all the money transfer services already using digital currency. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, it's not like a super speculative deep divey. The world is going to end and we're going to be reset by the Phoenix Rising type video that many of you may want to see. But it's all about risk and it's all about reward and it's all about not screwing yourself in the interim, in my opinion. And I just want us all to succeed in this space, whatever that may be for us on an individual basis. So, all right, I hope you guys have a great evening, afternoon, morning, whatever time it is when you watch this video. I will talk to you as news comes out this week. All right, later.